Dawning, and welcome to another episode of Good Dawning with myself, Mr. Floyd here. Karen, good dawning. Bunny, Hershey, Lottie, good dawning. Welcome, guys. Welcome to, I guess, the first real episode of Good Dawning. That Monday wasn't, but the first real episode of Good Dawning this week with myself, Mr. Floyd or Josh. And yeah, so like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when I go live, and not Memorex. And yeah, so welcome, guys. Yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good day. I had a good week. Thank you for your patience there with Monday and Tuesday. I mean, not being live, I appreciate it with work. And we got to figure out, if nothing else, Henny, good dawning. Angela, Suzette, Witchy, Trista, Bonnie, all you guys, you're amazing. Thank you. And we, let's get a couple of things here. Angela, good dawning. Angela, I sent you an email there. If you want to check that out, I appreciate you. Lottie B, good dawning as well. Grateful for each and every one of you guys. Gonna be what that's gonna be. All right, guys. Welcome. Suzette, good dawning as well. Nice to see you. Blessed to see you, Suzette. Hopefully your car got repaired there after a while, but all is well in your universe. All right, so yeah, so today we're going to work with the Divine Masters deck, and we also have Orange Calcite here, or Citrine, I should say, Orange Citrine, so we're going to use that for abundance, but really the abundance comes from within you. It's technically a tool that could help theoretically, but the abundance, all abundance comes from within inside you and your beliefs in yourself anyways. Citrine will enhance whatever's going on, but if you have thoughts that you are abundant, then the citrine can help, but if you don't believe that you're abundant, then using citrine is only going to, you have to feel it inside yourself. None of these tools will give you anything that you already don't have. Just that good dawning. All right, so let's cut the cards and see what we get for today. Victor, good dawning. Grateful to see you. Chloe. And Chloe, congratulations to Chloe. And as well, hang on a minute. Did I miss something? Trista, wait a minute. Today is Trista's birthday. So happy birthday to you, Trista. And congratulations. Grateful to see you here. And so everybody wish happy birthday to Trista in the chat there. I don't have any, I got to do something like a party gear or something. But happy birthday, Trista. We are grateful that spending your dawning here with us. And amazing. I love you, Richie Trista, soul sister. All right. Happy birthday there. All right. Let's cut the cards here and see what we get. And I'm sure there's more birthday to come throughout the day with Trista. And all right, so let's see what we got here, guys. All right, so get this out. All right, so for Trista's birthday today, and let's see what we get. Take the bottom card as today's energy. And the top three cards, 1, 2, and 3. All righty. All right, today's card is Buddha, highlighted awareness. You are the highlight and awareness you want to be anyways. All of this is really just, it's all coming through you. None of this can be given to you. Makes peace with, highlight and awareness, make peace with your thoughts and your world. There we go. Peace, right? Like I will never be on any other node in truth node but peace, because if I don't have peace first, there's nothing else that's going to occur. Not in my universe. If I get out of peace, I'm done. And it's not very hard to do. So yeah. So make peace with your universe. with your thoughts and your world, with your universe, really, with your thoughts in your world. That's easier said than done. That takes practice, and that's you got to make peace within yourself with the traumas that you've had first before you can make peace with your thoughts and the world. But it's a start, right, to start making peace inside yourself if you haven't already, and slow it down, because it's yeah, living that way. I mean, once you step out of that and you realize that you weren't in peace inside yourself, and in some cases, the peace isn't always still there, but weren't and it's not always there at all. But the peace wasn't inside yourself at all, and yeah, you make peace throughout. Yeah, take a deep breath. It happens, but it takes time, and it's not even always. All right, let's see what we got here. Gaia. That's a card we never actually got. Lots of cards in the deck. You only get a handful, generally speaking. Gaia, a resilient spirit, earth connection. Stay rooted in trust and faith. Can you do so? Can you stay rooted in trust and faith in your universe with Gaia there? And what connection? So we've got Buddha asking you to make peace with your world. And then if you're making peace with your world, the easiest way to do so, one of the easier ways at least to start, is to connect to Mother Gaia, of course. And if you're not connected to Mother Gaia, that's the peace comes from chilling with Mother Gaia in the long run. A lot of the peace does. All right, so let's see what we have here. Rumi, mystical knowing. There's no knowing that's going to bring you peace. The peace has to come from inside yourself. If you're watching me for knowing about how to gain peace, then that's not going to work. The peace is generated within yourself through you're allowing yourself to sit with yourself. Breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. So Rumi, breaking boundaries and having a personal experience. Mr. Mission Control, good dawning. All right, there you go, Mr. MC. You got a wrench. I'm grateful to see you in the chat there, brother. Much love and favor there, man. All right, so then we have Lady Venus, and we're not talking about the razor here. I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, and light activation. So call to action, power surge, each Earth mission. So from your end, the light activation comes within yourself. You are the light, so you activate that by removing the darkness, by seeing your traumas, right? So none of this is just handed to you. It's all of this, and all what we're doing here is all based off of clearing the old who we are and stepping into a new vibration. There's no, when we look at and I want to make a couple of statements here, but we'll go finish the cards here real quick. Buddha. So step in your Buddha awareness. So be present for one, and desires. If you want to step in your Buddha awareness, then what are your desires, and are you living in the material realm, chasing those desires, or are you finding that spiritual realm? Or at least a balance in between. Heightened awareness, make peace with your thoughts and your world. So where you're out of balance, the Buddha comes in to help you make peace in your world with the card here. All right, Gaia, Mother Gaia here, and so resilient spirit, Mother Gaia. So it's asking you to connect and stay rooted to the earth, which is all. You want to stay grounded, right? Because if you're trying to heighten your awareness and you're not grounded, you're going to be all flighty out. You're going to lose yourself, and that's not the only way. Is stay grounded, right? You're going to get on this high spiritual kick. It's not going to get you very far. And then the crash is pure hell, right? Fatima, good dawning. Garnet, good dawning as well. Bless, brother. Nice to see you there. All right, Rumi. So you may have all the knowledge in the world, but can you put it into action? Rumi is the mystical knowing. He knows all, right, Rumi? And if you're showing up, guys, again, it is Trista's birthday. Woo. Happy birthday, Trista. So make sure you're... But Rumi, mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. So that's what it's really all about, is finding your own personal experience of God as yourself walking around on earth. The mystical knowing comes from the experiences that you have. You're your own mystical knowing. And nobody can give you that knowledge. The mystical has to come from within inside yourself. You can hear it all you want, but if you're not feeling it, if you're not it doesn't make a difference. All right, so Lady Venus, and we're not talking about the razor again, but Lady Light activation, call to action, power surge each mission. So, call to action. What are you looking to change? The whole point here is to heighten awareness, but your call to action is what are you looking to create? What are you looking to do? What are you looking to change in your universe? There's nothing that can change unless you choose that to make that change. So what in your universe are you looking to do to create that change for yourself? That's something I cannot personally answer here. But so yeah, grateful. All right, guys. We have not used the curve cards in a minute. And again, this is all an intuitive realm. So what we're doing here, I'm not trying to feed you any lines. I'm not going to be here like certain YouTubers here that will give you this, that, or the other. Everything spiritually has to come from yourself. It's your job to dump those traumas. It's your job to see yourself in a higher light and to see yourself as source. And it's your job to slow yourself down and ground into yourself. All messages. There we go. All right. For some reason, YouTube likes to pick the top messages, whatever they think the top messages are. But all right, so we're going to work with the curve cards here. The reason why we use the curve cards is because we are in an intuitive realm. And so we have to be able to, we don't have to, you choose. Our intuition, my intuition was pretty much shot from age 2. So I just walled everything off. So now I'm learning how to reestablish my intuition, my intuitive self, and to see a larger picture and not see everything as either a threat or block it off or what have you, as I was doing based off of the traumas that I had. So I was seeing everybody and everything, generally speaking, as a threat. Now, there was a period where, and there is a period, if you have deep set trauma, where it'll hide and you can sort of live a normal life, but there's always going to be that detachment. But you can almost sort of live, but eventually it's going to come, rear its head in your universe as it did in mine. But yeah. All right, so let's energetically, right? This is a realm of intuition. This is a realm of feeling into your universe. If you could see everything, then you would see ghosts and you'd see a million trillion different things right in front of you, energies and whatnot, your angels, and it would be a crowded room and you would probably panic and flip out. But otherwise, guys, let's work with the curve cards here. If you want to join me. So what we do is red and black. And so from your end and mine, so the first card that you see there, is it going to be red or black? We'll do 3 seconds. We'll flip to the next card. Then we'll do the suits. So from your end, my end and your end. Here we go, guys. All right. Red or black? Any good dawning. Grateful to see you, Helene. Red or black? Survey says black. All right, got to go have a Zoom court. It's all good, nothing to worry about, hopefully. Ooh, favor there, Mr. Mission Control. All right, so black. Next card is red or black? Yeah. Black. Ace of clubs. Next card, guys, is red or black? Let me take the bottom one just for giggles. All right. Red. Ace of diamonds. And then finally, the last card, guys. Red or black? Ace of hearts. All right, guys. Grateful. All right. So, so now we're going to do these suits. And again, some of you guys may, or if you're watching this and you're like driving past, like, why is this guy flipping cards? Again, if you're new here, the reason why we do this, of course, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. But the reason why we do this is because we're in an intuitive realm. And intuitively, if you're here, then your intuition, at some point, your intuition brought you here for a reason. And whatever that reason is. And so from your end, we're going to call the suits now, just like out in the universe. If you're out and about and you need to make a left or right and you're not sure, you go into your gut. If you're looking at a restaurant sign and you're hungry, are you going to eat there? You go with your gut, right? And same general difference. If you're going to fly somewhere, what do? You go with your gut. All right, so here we go, guys. All right, so again, call the suit out as you see. Mo, good dawning. And if you didn't know, Mo, today is Uchi Trista's birthday, so make sure we're all wishing her a happy birthday. All right, guys. All right, so I'm going to call the card here. or pull the card, and then from your end, all you need to do is call the suit. They're all going to be aces, of course, and we'll always just use the aces there. But here we go, guys. Wow. All right. What suit do we have here? It could be a heart, diamond, club, or spade. You take your guess there, throw it into the chat, or just guess with yourself. We're going to hold it up for another couple of seconds. Flip it over and see what we have here for you. All right. So 1 and 2 and 3. Viviani, good dawning. So today's card is, this card at least, is the ace of spades there. We'll go to the next card. All right, so is this a heart, diamond, or a club? Heart, diamond, or a club? Right, today's card is the ace of clubs. Lessons, right? Exactly. Everything in this planet is just lessons. Okay, so what do we got here? This is the ace of, is it a diamond? Oh, it's left. Yeah, is it a, so we know it's left, basically. So it's a diamond or a heart. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to flip it over. And it's ace of hearts. And then finally, we should know the last card here, guys. It's also a memory test as well. Part of our intuition is actually seeing patterns in the universe and being able to wake up to those patterns and seeing what might, which one might have been missing. And in this case, it's the diamond, ace of diamonds. So we'll do that again tomorrow and for the not foreseeable future, and eventually may get wavy cards, you know, like the psychic cards you see like with wavy and the square and stuff. So we can work on our intuition even further and ground into our higher self intuitively, right? It helps for us to ground into our intuitive self, our higher self, and many other benefits that you can see here. But yeah, I started doing that with cards years ago, and it made a big difference. And I'll go up and down like on Truth Wave, but generally, instead of having him or having Victor waiting for him to send the energy, it's intuitive. It's just, which one am I saying? And so that's why we do that. So welcome, guys. Grateful. I know it's been a few days, and grateful for all of you here. Grateful to see you all. And if you missed a Nuestra Tabla Rasa last week on Sunday, there, do check that out. And yeah, I think Millie's hosting this week. We don't have a topic yet, I don't believe, but Millie's hosting this week. I was supposed to host, but I am working. But I will be hosting next week for the Nuestra Tabla Rasa there, and so hope to see you guys in that. But yeah, so what's going on, guys? How are we doing? Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Trista's birthday, so many happy solar returns there, Trista. And I guess Adam's retreat is this weekend, and I will be retreating to my card at DoorDash. And yeah, I just watched an interesting video from a guy, and he makes a good point, and I've watched him before. I may post it or may not, but there's a lot of like me's out there, right? There's a lot of people who do the spiritual stuff and talk and all that. So remember, guys, it's your journey. So whatever you're learning here, make sure that you're putting it into practice. But nonetheless, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know, but you just keep moving forward, right? None of us really know what we're doing here, but we just keep moving forward, trying to lighten our load. We're not spiritual or ascending or whatever really the hell's going on. Let's be honest, guys. What we're really talking about here is lightening the trauma load, lightening all the crap that we've been carrying around, just trying to find some balance on this planet, right? Let's be real. If we want to think, talk in ascension terms, or we're climbing to this, or I don't know. For myself, I see it in a lot simpler terms as just peeling away all the lies, all the trauma, and all the crap that I've been carrying around allows me to step into some sort of better vibration than I was before. Whether I'm stepping in fully as source or not, at least I'm stepping into some sort of better vibration than I was in before, and I'm not as negative and karmic to myself. And really, when it boils down to it, if you can do that, then you're well ahead of the game. If you can stop being so negative to yourself, if you can stop being so karmic to yourself, if the Ankh, I play with my Ankh, but you can start being so karmic with yourselves, stop being so beating yourselves up. We hold things so heavy. That's bringing in the light. That's how the light comes in. It's we're not vibrating up it's peeling away all those layers. Just got to remember who we were. Right. It's peeling all those layers away so that you realize that you're a divine soul. It's yeah, I mean we're not going 5D, 6D, whatever you want to think it is fine. But I'm just grateful that I can see through the fog at this point. Let's be real. That's what it's in a lot of ways, that's for myself, that's what it's all about, is that I'm standing in some sort of vibration that's not in panic. I'm standing in a vibration that's not losing its, that's not like flipped out or lost or out of control or any. I'm exactly realizing that the center of the vibration is source, but when it boils down to it, yeah, just being able to see the forest through the trees, clearing the fog is pretty miraculous in that aspect. So exactly, honey, just got to remember who we are. So yeah, so I mean, we're all onions. Exactly, Suzette. We're so traumatized. We have so much on top of us in some fashion or another. Humanity does that. We confuse ascension in a lot of ways with really clearing to find our divine self, which is you're lifting up, but you're pushing, you're lifting out is what it really. I want Josh's. Oh, thank you. Goodwill. I found everything cool. I find is generally in goodwill. Surrender and float downstream. Surrender to yourself. It's surrendering to to the energies that you've been carrying around. Surrendering to the divine, yes, absolutely. But first off, can you surrender to your traumas, to yourself? We keep looking for this universe that we're trying to create or this or that. But are you surrendering to who you are inside yourself? Are you surrendering to all the dark energies that you've been floating around? Are you surrendering to all the heaviness that you've been seeing in your universe? Are you surrendering to all that so that you can begin to see the light? That's Josh has the best T-shirts and mugs. Thank you. I appreciate that, Suzette. But yeah, so can you surrender to that? That's what this whole journey that I've personally been on isn't about ascending or it is, but it's not. It's about finding myself outside of my traumas as not the trauma laden body and soul that I was. Well, the soul doesn't hold any trauma, but the trauma laden body that I thought I was. It's about stepping into my higher self, stepping into my bigger self, and stepping away from it's seeing through the illusion of what's really and a lot of people out there on YouTube are trying to sell you this light and bright, and the illusion is that it's not always light and bright. The illusion is that you're going to vibrate up and be the real deal is that we're all just trying to figure it out, and can't even figure it out if you haven't cleared the traumas, the patterns, all of which are holding us back. I was essentially walking around as a 2-year-old and a 52-year-old or 51 at the same time. And so my reactions to my universe in a lot of ways were of a 2-year-old. I'm pushing people away. I'm blocking my universe. I'm blocking everything, generally speaking, because I'm living in trauma and fear about what happened to me back then and relaying it to my current. And the 2-year-old is kind of stuck. My inner child kind of got stuck at 2. So if you can see, and I'm not saying anybody of you guys had equal or larger, but if you can see in the whatever got you stuck, because that's what it's about. It's where in your universe did you stop? Did things come to a freeze? Did things slow down? Where did you roll inside yourself? What were the causes of that? Were you born that way? Did you have parents that wouldn't allow you to see yourself? So everything you did rolled you inside yourself, if you get where we're going here. Good dawning, Amanda Havens. Good dawning. Nice to, grateful to see you here. And so that's the question, guys. Can you answer that for yourself? And can you slow down to see that and to work into that? It's not looking we're all source on earth. Absolutely. But when it boils down to it, though, we're all human too, and we have to look at what has happened in your universe to see what's blocked you from source. I mean, and if you can't do that, that's what it really boils down to. All right, let's do a channeling. We haven't channeled in a minute, and we'll work with the orange calcite. But of course, if you're not abundant, orange calcite isn't going to bring the abundance to you. You have to be on that frequency already. We can't deny, and I'm not here to lie it out, that crystals, and speaking of which, congratulations to business owner Chloe of Chloe's Crystals. She is now a legal business. She's turned in her documentation, and she is now ready whenever she is going to flip the switch on her website. So amazing, guys. That's what it's all, when we boil it down, that's what it's all about, creation, right? But yeah, the orange calcite isn't going to bring you the abundance you're looking for. The abundance has to come from you, but it has to come from how you see your universe. And even then, it has to come from your actions and everything else. Forgot your anniversary. Pick up a nice purple onion on the way home. Tina, good advice. Let's see what we got here, guys. Tina, sometimes the best advice I received was from a client who happened to be a nun. She said, sometimes you just have to say F it. I'll go with that. Absolutely. Sometimes you do just have to say F it. We can't argue with that in any aspect here. All right, guys. So let's do some channeling here. And again, when I channel, yeah, again, I'm not going to be any false light in here and be like, yeah, I'm giving. No, it's my higher self. Exactly. Yeah, at the beginning, it was like, yeah, I'm channeling. No, it's my higher self coming through to give me and you guys a lesson through Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, and White Buffalo Calf Woman. It's pretty much as simple as that. It's a hey, wake up. And, hello, I'm trying to talk to you kind of deal. And so when I'm channeling, yeah, I mean, are we really talking to Saint Germain? I don't know. But yeah, at least we know that some channelers can be co-opted too. So keep that in mind. If you're watching a channeler, are you, and it's not all the case, but are you watching a channeler? Or are you watching somebody else who's possessed, who's giving their energy away? That is always a possibility too. So keep that in mind. But good dawning. All right, so let's channel and see what we get here. All right, so we're gonna clear some energies, and then we're going to do some energy clearing after the channeling. Before we work with the calcite here, we will do some energy clearing. We'll set some intentions for today, and then we will work with the calcite here. But let's do a channeling here, guys. See what we got. All right. Good dawning and welcome. We are grateful that you are here. We are Saint Germain, and we are channeling through Josh for you to you today. So we are grateful. Are you grateful to be here? And the question is, are you able to see that a lot of what you are watching spiritually and stuff is just here to drive your energy, to take you away from who you are, to suspend you from you, to step you away from you, and to step you out of your frame, right? Are you able to see that, and are you an understanding of that in your loving, living universe? That is the question that I cannot answer for you, but it is up to you to answer for yourself. So Saint Germain is asking, are you looking to find yourself as ascended and thinking that you are rising and this and that, then you are going to be better? Are you realizing that there is the ascension that you are thinking humanity is in? And really, are we ascending or are we clearing? That is a better question. Is this really an ascension of you are stepping up and vibrating higher and you are just going to keep vibrating until poof, you disappear? No, of course not. That is not going to happen. You are not vibrating out of your body. You're not going to vibrate yourself into the craziest dimensions or anything else. What you are going to do is vibrate until you realize that you are blocked by this trauma. You're going to vibrate until you realize that your thinking was off, that your universe, the way you are acting was off, or the way that you are perceiving things was off. You're not going to vibrate to step up and to float away. You're not Chris Angel walking. You are going to vibrate up to see more clearly what is wrong in your life. You're going to vibrate up to see where you are treated. Dale, good dawning. Saint Germain here is grateful to see you in the chat.
But we are talking about how you are vibrating. You are not ascending per se. You are clearing. You are stepping through. You are breaking through like the hawk when he closing comes out, right? You are stepping into a new. That is what you are really doing. This whole ascension, and you are becoming, and it's taking you outside yourself. Do realize that. Saint Germain wants you to understand that when you are thinking that you are ascending, what are you doing? You are clearing stuff, right? You are seeing yourself in a cleaner energy. You are stepping in to a higher light inside yourself. You are not going anywhere else. You are not becoming better than anybody else. You are not becoming more source than you can already be. You are not going into another dimension of any space. You vibrate faster because you drop the stuff that's holding you down. You vibrate better, you see better because you drop the garbage that you've been carrying around. That is what it is all about. It is not about you stepping into this higher vibration. I am so amazingly high. No, you want to step into a higher vibration. Apologize to somebody you hit when you were 5. You want to step into a higher vibration. See yourself as better than a clerk, somebody digging a ditch, if that's the best you think you can do, or a clerk in a store. And if you are a clerk in a store, that is amazing, right? But what we are saying is see yourself in the highest of lights in whatever you are doing. And even that, all the jobs that you do on earth are just there really just to what? To keep the greater matrix moving, right? It is not really a big deal. Whatever you are doing, it is about how you are being. That is the real question we are conflating. Humanity likes to conflate, and humans like to conflate. I am, and then you put your job title, right? I am a ditch digger. We are going back to that. And so you see yourself as a low vibration, right? You see yourself, you dig ditches, you are just a shovel, right? That's it. So from your end, do you see yourself as that? So you walk around in a low vibration of I am a ditch digger, when you are not. You are source, but you are also conglomeratory mess of all the traumas and crap that has happened to you. So if you are digging ditches, is the reason why you are digging ditches because you are not worthy of better because of the traumas that happened to you. That's the thing that we are looking to see. Then if that is the case, then what is keeping you down? What trauma is keeping you down? What happened for you that is keeping you down, that is holding you from becoming more in your universe, or stepping out of digging ditches because you think that is all you are worthy of doing? Are you in understanding? Generally speaking, where you are sitting in your universe is based on the traumas, the conglomeratory garbage that has happened to you and for you in your universe. So when these things are coming for you, when these things happen in your frame, right? Are you absorbing them and then becoming that, right? Or are you standing in your light and realizing these people, other people have traumas too, and are placing their traumas on you? What is really going on in this planet, and the people are denying what they are seeing, is that this is a gigantic trauma field, right? You have a president who acts in trauma all the time on camera, and is this and that, then you have this and that. Not that he's bad or good, we're not even going there. But what we are saying is your behaviors in Earth, right, are generally traumatically filled. And so you are running around pushing each other around through your traumas, not your light source self. You are thinking you are ascending, but are you leading from the source self, or are you leading from your traumas? Are you leading from the patterns inside yourself? Are you leading from your broken energy, from the somebody did this to me and now I am in reactionary state? Are you leading from that? Grand rising there, Millie. We are grateful to see you in the chat. Saint Germain is speaking about ascension and how it has been falsely given to you. How really we are clearing ourselves, stepping into our higher self by seeing ourselves in a higher light. We're not vibrating up anywhere. The vibration comes because you are taking the crap off of your soul. You are taking the crap out of your body. That's why you are vibrating at a higher light. You are vibrating because you see yourself and what happened in your universe in a different way. You are not going closer to God. You are already source. You cannot vibrate any larger. What has happened is you have been dampened. That is what has actually happened. You are not vibrating higher. You are releasing the stuff. Like you are wearing 5 suits and you take one suit off, you feel lighter. You take another sport coat off. If you are wearing 5 sport coats, now you have 3 on. You are feeling lighter, right? As you get to the last sport coat, you feel amazing. You are free, right? You are able to move your shoulders because they're not blocked by these sport coats. We are talking about the layers of trauma that is sitting on top of you that disallow you to vibrate clearly, to see your universe from a clear eyes. From you realize you are seeing it from your trauma eyes instead. You are not seeing your universe as it really is. You are seeing it skewed based on the lies that have been fed to you from 0 to 7. These are the things that we are clearing to become to stand in the source frame that you already are. The traumas, the dramas, and all the blockages that you have is what is keeping you down and keeping you weighed down. It is not that you are not vibrating better, you are not walking as source better, or any of that. It is you are not clearing, you are not seeing yourself as the true self, and you are looking through rose-colored glasses. You are looking through the lens of trauma. You are looking through the lens of failure. You are looking through the lens of loss. You are looking through the lens of hate. You are looking through the lens that is not clear as source because you have never been able to see yourself as clearly as source. You have never been in that space because from day 0, your parents traumatized you. You were spanked when you were born, right, exactly. And from here forward, you were patted, spanked on the back so that your lungs were cleared. That's trauma. But what we are saying is, as you see that, as you break through, you clear that trauma. You vibrate into source. You step forward into the source self that you are. You clear the human garbage to see yourself as the source. That is what happens. You clear all the trauma, the patterns, the lies that have been fed to you. You step forward and see, wait a minute, this lie, I don't need that anymore. And it leaves. So you are now less slammed down, right? You are freer. This lie leaves. Poof. Your body gets lighter. You step into a higher vibration. This lie leaves. Now you are changing how you are acting. Why? And you are living in your universe. Why? Because the vibration is changing because that lie has left you. Are you seeing? So you have a parent that tells you, maybe you have a parent, and we are not stating anything, that tells you are worthless, right? So then yet that lie is seen, right? It is the issue of them, not you. And you see through the lie. You become more worthy. You vibrate faster, and the worthlessness that you've been carrying around goes away. Once you realize that you are carrying the energy that was placed upon you, not yourself as worthless, that's when you get the gift, right? Because then you see it leave. You feel it leave your frame, the worthlessness, right? You feel lighter. You step into a new body. You feel like you are vibrating up, because you are, but you are lighter. The traumas weigh you down. You do not know how heavy you are carrying the traumas, how your universe is heavy, right? What is pulling you down until you release the traumas and the dramas in your universe. Are you in understanding? Saint Germain is wanting you to understand that when you are standing around talking this, that, and smacking that, and anger and frustration and all of that, that is programmed inside you through traumas, through dramas, through other people. And you are weighed down. You are feeling heavier. The angrier you get, do you not feel heavier? Your weight in the chest, right? The more frustrated you get, do you not feel heavier? The more disconnected you get from people, do you not feel heavier? So what we are saying is all of these trauma patterns, all these lies that you've been carrying around, all this drama that you've been carrying in your frame, release it. When you release it, that is where all the miracles occur. That is where you are ascending, right? You are loosening yourself. You are shedding, right? Have you ever actually lost physical weight, right? Have you gone from 200 to 140, 150 in your universe? You know how that feels, right? Energy does the same. So in your universe, if you are walking around thinking you are worthless and everybody in your universe told you that, and then you wake up one day to realize the lies that they were telling you, right? You see your worth, right? You see through the lies. You release the worthlessness from your frame. And you start stepping into, I am worthy. I am the all-worthiness that is. There's no other worthy in the universe than yourself, right? So you step into that. You lose 50 pounds, right? You feel different. Your chest gets lighter. You are ascending in that aspect because you are lightening your load, right? As you release the traumas, the backpack full of crap that you are carrying around, that you have shoved into your frame, and thinking that is who you are. I am the unworthy guy. I am this and I am the, maybe you are a sibling, right? And so you are the bad brother or the bad sister, right? Whatever it is that you are carrying around in your universe. Maybe you are a terrible employee, right? Whatever it is in your universe. Maybe your parents told you this, that, or the other, and you believed it. And so now you are living as that. Whatever the lies are that has been framed out in your universe. Maybe you were abused or abandoned. And so now you think you are not worthy of having anything, right? These things happen, right? So you are living in that energy. You are not ascended. You are smashed. You are descended. You are boxed in. You are living in somebody else's lies about yourself. So the question is, can you see through that? That is the ascension. Seeing through the lies that have been placed in your frame, seeing through the BS that you have been carrying around in your universe. That is the question that Saint Germain is asking of you today. There is no other ascension than for you to see yourself as source and see that everything else has been placed in your frame, been lied to you, been given for you, been told who you are by your parents and your grandparents, and all of that. You have lived, but you have never been yourself. You have never had the opportunity to step through, to clear all that, to erase the chalkboard and say, who am I? What do I want? Your parents fill you up with what they want you to be. You are going to be a doctor, right? And if you are watching Dead Poets Society, to the point where you kill yourself because you cannot get out of that energy. Are you in understanding of where you live? Are you in understanding of what you become? And are you an understanding of who you really are? You're not going to vibrate up into the 50th realm and disappear into source and poof, and you are just light and gone. And no, you are going to clear the traumas, right? You are going to stand in your frame and you're going to take the grand results of who and what's been happening in your universe and do the checklist, right? Do I want to keep this trauma? No. Why? Does it serve me to sit around for Josh? Does it serve him anymore to push people away from when he was traumatized there too? Absolutely not. If he is going to say in his universe and say that there's nobody in his universe, then he's going to tell himself a lie. Why? Because he is allowing the trauma that he knows now exists. That's the deal. When you know the trauma exists, it is not your responsibility. It is not anybody else's to work on clearing that trauma, right? It is not Josh's responsibility to clear anybody else's trauma. It's his job then to realize at 2, he set up a protective measure to block people from his universe, right? And so thus he sits alone. But now you can drop that because he realized the protective measure is no longer working, right? That is the ascension, when you can realize the patterns that you have created, the trauma patterns, the blocking in your universe, the self-protective measures that you've created in your universe are no longer working. And you release those to the greater field. You release them outside yourself. You step in to a new frame. You step into that higher self. You realize that you've been living in a lie based on other people and how they treated you. You've given them control of your source self, of your vibration and of your energies. And if you're willing to give somebody your control, give them your energies, then you are not going to vibrate out of that. You are going to live in a universe that feels clogged down, that feels like hell, right? You have been living in that. Each and every one of you have come to your eyes. If your eyes have reached this video, each and every one of you who have seen this video, who are watching this video right now, or are watching this in the live, and we are grateful, right? Saint Germain is grateful. You have been in hell. You have been through that. You have had energies of others bring you down, weigh you down, tell you you are not, leave you in the grounded dust, so to speak. That is the ascension, when you can lift yourself out of the dust, when you can wipe yourself clean, when you can go up to those who would have otherwise smashed your energy and say, no, I know who I am. I no longer take that from you. I stand in my frame as source. I love myself, and you no more have any power. That is how you ascend. It is not, you can go sit on the top of a mountain all day long, but if you have not cleared your universe, if you cannot hide from yourself to ascend. You cannot hide from your bills to ascend. You cannot hide from where you stand in your universe to ascend. You cannot hide from the people that you harmed. You cannot hide from the people that harmed you. It is all clearing all of that. That is your grand ascension. When you can stand in your frame and realize through your real clear eyes, not your traumatized eyes, right? Not the eyes of somebody, for Josh, the eyes of a trauma 2-year-old, right? He is not seeing his universe that way. A lot of you don't even realize you are still standing in a 3 or 4 or 5-year-old eyes and realizing that you are seeing it through the lies and the broken energies of a 5 or 3 or a 2-year-old, right? Are you in understanding of what we are saying today? Because a lot of you have been living in the grand lie of the ascension, right? That you are vibrating and it's all we. No, it is not all we. It is about you finding who you are by clearing the garbage that is you, that became you. No, you are not garbage, but in a lot of ways, we are filled with garbage. The garbage man comes and empties the trash can, right? At least once a week. You have to empty your trash can too, and that is the point of ascension. There is nothing other than doing so. There is no sitting on the mountain and becoming, you are not going to merge with the mountain. You are going to sit on the mountain until what? You get dehydrated, till you can't breathe anymore, till you pass out and you are tired, right? That is what is going to happen. So you're going to have to come down off that mountain and be human again and eat and sleep and be a regular Joe. Walk around on planet Earth. All of you have to go to the grocery store, right? It is not coming to you, right? You are not descending to the point where it's all handing to you. You are just clearing trauma, nothing more. And once you clear the trauma and realize that you have been living a lie, you have been patternized, you have been taken advantage of for those traumas in a lot of ways. You can see all of that in your frame, in your universe, and who and what you really are through your real eyes, not your traumatized eyes, not anybody else's eyes that they want you to live through. That is your grand ascension. When you stand in your frame and say, I understand what has occurred in my universe, but I stand strong. I stand as source. I stand in the light, and I stand regardless of what happened for me, not to me. Nothing happens to you. You create and you drag in everything that happens in your universe for your highest lessons, including what happened to Josh when he was 2. Whether or not he wanted to admit it, everything happens for the highest reason, and whether or not time doesn't exist. So if you lose 50 years on planet Earth, it is not a big deal. You will see, you will understand in the long run. But for now, know that you are not the traumas, you are not the dramas, you are not the BS that you are running around thinking you are. You are not if you are a video gamer, you are not the depressed at 3 a.m. playing video. If you are, whatever you are, right, that you think you are not. Whatever you are doing to soothe yourself, whether it is drugs or sitting up playing video games at 4 a.m., or women, having sex, or whatever you do in your universe, right, drinking or whatever, you are just masking yourself. You are just hiding from the trauma. All we are doing, and all we are really doing on this planet, is a big dance around our traumas. Do you realize that everything that generally most people are doing is to soothe themselves out of their traumas? Note how often people go to Starbucks, as an example, right? If you are going to, we are not judging or not stating or anything else. Starbucks holds a reason, right? And there's a good reason for Starbucks. But if you are going to Starbucks because you had a bad day, and then you are going to ground into the Starbucks, the sugary drink, to help to soothe you, that is not going to work. That is a trauma pattern, right? You are not seeing it, but that is. Your job would then be to see why you had a bad day. What is blocking you from having a good day, and to sit down inside yourself, right? You don't have to sit in silence or anything, but just realize as you are going out in your day, even if you're at the grocery store, pushing the cart, just realize, roll it in your head. Why would I want a Starbucks? What is going on? What triggered me that I need to escape? And then you stand in that, and you go, what happened? And then you allow yourself to stand in that. That's not easy, right? You have to stand in the frame of the person that you don't want to be in order to clear it, right? Are you in understanding? If you are traumatized and you are doing things, taking drugs, right, so that you are feeling better, you have to stand outside of the drugs, right? You have to stand in the trauma of the feeling bad first, right? To release it. You have to understand what is going on and feel it. You have been masking. A lot of us are doing that. This is generally on Earth, right? Masking behaviors to hide trauma. That is all. That's why we have sex addicts. That's why we go to Starbucks 3 times. Some people can go to Starbucks 3 times a day, right? Some people watch the same television program 15 times over. Why? Because it is comforting and soothing. There's lots of things that we do on this planet, that you do on this planet, that you do on a regular basis, you don't even realize that you are doing, that is there designed for you to step out of yourself so that you can trauma ease, right? So you are, oh my gosh, this happened. I am in trauma. So what am I going to do? The point is that you release the trauma. You step through it. You allow yourself to be one with that trauma, the energies of it, so that you can ascend and clear it. You can vibrate better, faster, more, right? All of these traumas, all these things that we took and put into our frame. It's like putting a big coat around you, right? How many coats are you wearing? How heavy is your universe? Till you realize how heavy it was, once you drop the traumas and the dramas and the heaviness goes away, you don't know how heavy your universe honestly really even is, because you are standing in the frame of heaviness. You don't know what lightness feels like until you are light. So the question becomes, what are you doing? What is your choice? This is all about choice. What is your choice today? Are you choosing? And choosy mothers choose Jiffy, not Jif, right? Mandela effect, but we aren't going there. But nonetheless, are you choosing Jiffy or Jif? Which universe do you want to be in? Are you allowing the traumas to rule your life? Are you waking up and going, it's heavy, and then living in the heaviness? Are you allowing yourself to go, it's heavy, Why does it feel heavy today? What is going on? Sit in the frame for a minute and allow. You don't have to sit there in silence for days or anything else. We're not asking you to cut yourself off from your universe or your friends or family or anything else. Ascension is not. You are seeing all these people talking about ascending and silencing others and standing in your and pushing people away. That is not how you ascend. You are not going to ascend by pushing people out of your universe. You are not going to ascend by thinking that you have to wall yourself off even further to create a better universe. That is incorrect. You are supposed to find yourself so that you can blend with the rest of the universe, so that you can be the love around everybody. It is not about, oh, I have to go meditate now for 3 weeks by myself so that I can become so. You are already source. You are just sitting in the traumas, allowing yourself to wire yourself off, to see yourself differently. Yes, take your time. If you need to half an hour to see who you are, to vibrate into it. But if you are spending all day sitting there, then why are you separating yourself? That is the bigger question. And what are you seeing where you are different? You are the same. What is different between each and every one of us is how we react to our traumas, how we react to life. That is what is different. And if you can see it that way, then you are not going to run from people or anything else. You want to stay in your frame, right? In a lot of ways, working through these with other people, right? As they react to you. Your job is not to react to them. That's how you ascend, not by sitting alone. There are times where it is needed. Saint Germain is not going to argue with that. Good ground. Good gosh, go see the birds in the trees, right? Go look at the lake. That is going to find, but in order to do so, really the deal is though, you're going to do so, you will be centered right then and there, but you will leave. And if you have not cleared the trauma, right? If you do not know what your patterns are, then you are going to leave that lake and re-traumatize on somebody else. You're going to trauma vomit on somebody else. And if you want to trauma vomit on somebody else, you are welcome to do so, but it's your job to see your patterns. It's your job to release those patterns. It's your job. That's your ascension, right? Clearing the crap that's carried you around, that's blocked you from being source, plain and simple. And a lot of that comes from him actually interacting with other people so you can see how you are triggered, see how you react, and see where you stand in your frame, how you are interacting with others, right? There's 8 billion different vibrations, whether they are real or not, is your discernment. It's based on what you think. Are you seeing how this works? You're not going to vibrate to the point where you are not the mystic. You are a human being. You are trying to be something, right? So be the best vibration you can by allowing yourself to work through the traumas. Be the best vibration you can by acting differently, by allowing yourself to see why you are acting the way you are, by treating each other through their traumas in love. When you see somebody trauma vomiting on you, right? When they are throwing an adult temper tantrum on you, don't throw it back. Give them love, right? You are seeing, we are all traumatized. So if you get a trauma reaction from somebody, why does that flip you out? you go into trauma yourself when you get a trauma reaction from somebody else. Our traumas just trigger more traumas that trigger more traumas that trigger more dramas. You break the cycle. You are the cycle breaker. There's nobody else who can break the cycle other than you. If you are an understanding of what we discussed today, you are further than most. And if you are not, then just breathe. We love you. Saint Germain loves you. Wants to see you do your best. Wants to see you realize, through your realize, not your traumatized eyes, not somebody else's eyes, not the grand source eyes, your eyes, what you are, who you are, and what has become in your universe, what you've allowed to sit in your frame, and what has been programmed in your frame. That is your job. You want to ascend, clear your frame, see yourself when you are adult traumaing, right? When you are having an adult temper tantrum, catch yourself, stop. When you are telling somebody to stick it where the sun doesn't shine, why don't you say, I apologize, I love you. That is not how I want to be anymore. That's how you ascend. It's not that hard. You're not going to vibrate yourself out or anything else. You're going to become more loving. You're going to clear the trauma patterns, right? You're going to see yourself as worthy of being better than a ditch digger. You're going to see yourself in a higher light as you clear all of the traumas and the energies of others that put you in a lower light that you absorbed and allowed to create a lower light for yourself. You are in control of all of this. Don't think you are not. You have and There are no excuses either. Saint Germain is going to leave this with this. Once you realize that you are in trauma, right? And you are vomiting your trauma reactions on somebody else, you are no longer allowed. You are not allowed in this universe any further to do so. It is your job then to recognize that. And it is your job to trace that trauma back to what its source is, or to release it and realize you don't need to carry this vibration any further. That is how we do so. And one other item, Saint Germain is grateful to wish Witchy Trista an amazing birthday. Trista, you are an amazing soul, and Saint Germain is grateful that you are a part of his universe, this universe, our universe. You have a lot to teach, Trista. Your skills, your energies are very healing. And what you do with your tuning forks, you are very attuned. And so Saint Germain is grateful that you are a part of this universe and wishes you the most amazing solar return. And with that, may you all have an amazing day and realize who and what you are. Realize when you are standing there wishing you had more, what do you need to clear to gain more? When you are standing there realizing that you don't have this, that, or the other in your universe, what is blocking you? Why are you blocking yourself? When you realize that you are not happy, what is keeping you from that? What is blocking that? Those are the things that bring you to ascension, releasing transmission. Ooh, all right, thank you. Bear with me, a lot of energy. All right. Ooh, it's like my head feels like a balloon. All right, thank you. Grateful. So yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, so let's work, I guess 50. All right, so let's do some energy clearing then. We're gonna clear energies. We never cleared from the weekend or anything. And so we're gonna clear some energies real quick, and that'll also help you to see yourself in that higher light there. Thank you, Garnet. Yeah, that was, wow. Yeah, so Ascension. You're not, I don't know, unless you want to become a breatharian or, Jimena, good dawning. Yeah, this is really what it's about, is seeing who you are as source on earth, but where you're clogged, where this earth drama has brought you into a box, basically. All right, guys, so let's clear some energies here. If you want to take a deep breath with me, then we're going to close out with the energies of citrine. Calcite, sorry, orange calcite, not citrine, orange calcite. All right, here we go. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Suzette, love you. Breathe in. Hold it. And release. And one more. Breathe in. Hold it. And release. We're going to do two things here because we have been grounding into gratitude too. So we're going to release some, and we'll do an invocation, then we'll do a 5 gratitude, and then we'll close out with the... All right, so real quick, guys, release the energies. Any energies that are holding us back. Release the energies that we didn't release from the weekend. Anybody in our frame, we release the energies that disallow us to see who we are as source. We release the energies that hold us in our childhood frame. We release the energies that keep us from seeing clearly, from vibrating clearly as source, from seeing ourselves truly as source, from seeing ourselves as the all abundance that we truly are, and seeing ourselves in the highest loving light. We release those energies. We clear any energies from anybody from this weekend and Monday, Tuesday that may have blocked us, angered us, frustrated us, or just gotten our energetic crawl. We release those energies as well. We break the ties of anybody or anything that is blocking our energies, blocking our freedom, and blocking our highest self. We see ourselves in the highest light, and we say hallelujah to that. Shoot, and clear that out. All right, let's do some gratitude as well. Standing around in a frame of gratitude is an attitude that the universe certainly can appreciate. And the best way to tell your universe that you want more of something is to be grateful for what you already have. If you find that there's something that happens in your universe that you cannot be grateful for, that's when you have to examine, how did this come into my frame? What are my energies attracting? What am I doing?
Do we do that? That's the question. You are the grand arbiter of what shows up in your universe. It's all based on your vibration. That's the deal. And so if something shows up in your universe that you don't want, and what are you vibrating? What have you put out to your universe today? What are you putting out to the greater source field today? That's the question. All right, guys. So from my end and your end here, gratitude. What are you grateful for? 5 things really quick. I'm going to write down 5 things. You do as well. And then, yeah, we'll zip this up and close this out. All right. So for myself, it's I'm grateful for love, for all of you in the show, for opportunity, however it shows up in my universe, for peace inside myself that not always there, but if I can get even, how many of you have never had peace? 5 minutes of peace inside yourself is $1 million right there. And a burgeoning relationship with my mother, who stopped. So yeah, I stopped my relationship with my mom too, and so I'm grateful that it's starting again. So yeah, so if you want to put in the chat there, that's fine. But otherwise, we're going to break out into the orange calcite here to do some clearing work. The clearing, though, comes from inside you. You can take the energy of the orange calcite all you want. If you don't feel that you're abundant, if you have blocks to abundance, and this is going to work with all crystals, guys. I used to do this in the crystal shop. I would not let anybody bypass. So they'd come in, they go, "What's going to bring me love?" I said, "Finding love inside yourself." Or, "What's going to bring me better health?" I said, "Eating better." There's no stone that's going to do that. There's no stone that can change your universe. There's no stone that's going to make you better than anything else. What stones do, though, is complement the energy that you already have, you're already vibrating, or you're wanting to put out. That's the difference. A lot of people, this will fix me. No, you fix you. Use this as an enhancement. If you already think you're abundant, if you already have any bit of abundance within inside yourself, orange calcite, then if you ground into the energy of it, will center you into more abundance, center this into you, and you can bring more abundance into you. But you have to already have that. You have to feel worthy of abundance. This isn't going to clear years or lifetimes of I'm not worthy or any of that. So keep all that in mind. None of this will. So keep all of that in mind. All right, guys. So let's work with the orange calcite. And of course, energy works. Love you too, Tina. Energy works only with your permission. And don't let anybody ever do anything energetically without your permission. And of course, don't forget, make sure they seal it up, as we will seal this up as well. So here we go, guys. So if there's any blocks to abundance, the first thing you want to do, and this is going to remove the blocks, you want to look into your universe and see what patterns you've created to block abundance. And then from there, if you can see your patterns, generally there's a hidden trauma within it, or your parents have told you, like you got neuroplastic between 0 and 7, that money is hard to come by, for example. Or maybe something traumatic financially happened from 0 to 7 in your universe. Awesome, Dale. Going to jump back into feeling motivated today. Going to jump straight back into glow state after this stream. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, we're not disempowered. That's the fun part. It's just literally keeping track of ourselves. Wait a minute. I don't want to be this anymore. What's causing this? Why am I acting this? And generally speaking, it'll all fall out at some point. That's what, in the dark night of the soul, most of it dumps out. It's you hold on to the patterns as well. Because the trauma can be gone, but the body, the patterns, if you had a pattern for 40 years, your body's not going to want to release it. You have to do it consciously. You got it, Bonnie. So much love. All right, guys. We're going to take too long here. Try to keep it
Less than 115. All right, pull out these blocks here. All right, we're going to seal this up here in a moment. But ground into it for a second. If you're looking for abundance in your universe, why are you not abundant? What is your blocks? What are you thinking? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? Do you feel unworthy of money? Then maybe somebody programmed you. Do you feel money's hard to come by? Did your parents have that? All right, there we go. Seal it off. All right, let's seal this off, guys. We're not going to take too much longer here. All right. So whatever's blocking you in your universe, whatever you have a lack of, generally speaking, what you're not seeing in your universe, ground into that. Look behind that. What's holding you back? What's the trauma? What's the beliefs? What's the Programming? Joe Dispenza would say, Dr. Joe, neuroplastic programming that you picked up when you were younger. That's got you locked into this mindset, this belief, this pattern. That's the ascension, guys. All right. Let's close this out. When you find yourself as whole, right? You step in the whole vibrational source self. Of course, part of it is not playing in the matrix, but we'll do that another day. Letting them co-opt your energy, right? Outside of the traumas and the dramas. All right, guys, so let's close this out with a group hug, and just like anything else, with the citrine here, or the calcite, sorry. Orange calcite. I keep mixing up calcite and citrine. The orange calcite. Energy works through the internet, just like anything else here. Probably even better in some cases. So from my end to yours, let's go ahead and do a group hug here. And so if you take your left arm up, put it to the person to your left. And your right arm up and put it to the person to your right here. And we send that love. We'll take our love out of our left hand and we'll spin it around the group. It'll come around in a circle. You are welcome, Lottie. Love you. And it'll spin around. If you're not subbed to Lottie and need a piano break today, please do so. All right. As your love spins around, it'll go through my heart chakra, Millie's heart chakra, Lottie's heart chakra, Bonnie's, Dale's, and everybody else's. And as it spins around, it'll come back to you and go through your heart chakra as well. As we combine our hearts into one, we take our love and our hearts and combine that energy and lift it up like a reverse tornado into the greater source field. We connect ourselves and our love to the greater source field. We see ourselves in the highest loving light, and we see everybody else in the greater source field in that highest loving light as well. And we see each and every one of us on this planet in the source field here with four walls. There's no reason why anybody on this planet should be living in a hut, a tent, or anything else, a mud hut, or inside a cave, or under a tree, or under a bridge, unless you're Anthony Kiedis in the 80s. There's no reason why anybody should be doing so unless it's by choice. We have enough on this planet to give everybody on this planet 2 bedrooms, 2,000 square feet, and an acre of land in Texas. I repeat that, everybody in Texas. Everybody on this planet can move to Texas, have an acre of land, and live in a 2-bedroom house with 2,000 square feet. Why? Because we have enough material, money, and things to do so on this planet, but we also have enough space. And what does that mean? That means that we don't have an overpopulation problem. We have an inner city population density problem. But that's a whole nother deal. And we see each and everybody in those houses, though, with fresh and clean water. There's no reason why anybody on this planet should be dragging water from a river or a lake or whatever it might be and taking it to their hut or their a fire and having to burn it and then stir it up till it boils and then wait till it cools down. No, there's no reason for that. There's 6 separate companies that invented boxes you can place on a table that'll suck the water right out of the thin air. So there you go. As long as you got 10% or more humidity. So we see each other as well with fresh fruits and vegetables. 50% of the food on this planet disappears. It doesn't make it to market. It crashes. It dies in the field.
sits along the road, it rots in the boat, whatever happens, it never makes it to somebody's belly. So if we were a little more conscious about that, we could also feed everybody on this planet who should have a right to fresh fruits and vegetables. There's no reason why anybody on this planet should not get fresh fruits and vegetables. We see everybody on this planet as well in love and peace. Everybody has a purpose, and there's no reason why anybody on this planet should not be in their purpose and should not be able to find love. There's 8 billion different vibrations, and everybody should and does have the right to a hug every now and again and to love and purpose. We see the governments of the world lying, grifting, grafting, stealing, and basically pulling the proverbial wool over their citizens, apologizing for that. We see the militaries of the world apologizing to those they would have shot otherwise. So the two armies standing across from each other, they apologized to each other and realized that they were being grafted and stolen from and lied to by their governments, right? And so they shake hands with those they otherwise would have shot. And the governments, of course, we see them having a hula hoop contest. I have no idea. And so whoever's the best hula hooper and can keep the hula hoop going can claim that they can spin the world in their universe and they can run the world or whatever they want to do. We see each and every one of us in the highest loving light. We see Suzette with her car completely repaired, her mother not plugging the fridge in the middle of the night, and of course with respite care. We see Yolanda out there in her universe healed and standing strong. We see Amanda Haven's father healed. We see Shelley and Neil. Neil's father totally home healed and back in his universe. We see Rick, who we haven't seen in a while because this is awfully early for Rick at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And so, but he's healthy and healed and not going to the oncologist. We see Karen Suki not going to her doctor at all, ever again. We see Chloe with a perfect ankle. We see anybody having any issues at all, Henny in her new place. We see Lindsay in her new amazing place as well. And of course, we see Trista with an amazing birthday today. And we see each and every one of us in the highest loving and living light. And close this out by saying, as we say, see Mother Gaia, of course, with no X's or O's in the sky and no forever chemicals or plastics in her water and soil. We close this out by saying, hallelujah. So it is, so it shall be. And we take our love that is and release it as it's spinning to the greater source field and let it go as we merge our love with everyone else. All right, guys. Thank you for another amazing show, an amazing day. You are the light. You are what you are looking for. Don't block yourselves. There's nobody else who can give it to you but you. You have to clear the blocks. Okay. Love you. Nothing missing, nothing broken. I'm happy, healthy, and whole. Okay, good dawning to all of you. Happy birthday wishes to Trista. Hee Trista. Love to all. Prayer safety for all as Earth does. Our alignments as we do ours. Nice, Angela. I got some awesome visuals. Angela, love you. Thank you all for being here. Have a day as amazing as you all are. And, of course, I will see you on the proverbial next, which is, of course, Truth Wave. So I will see you then. All right. So much love and favor, guys.